Rock Bottom. So, yeah, this track was pretty difficult to write as well, and I wanted to have most of my tracks at over 3 minutes long. This came in at about 2 minutes 58, unfortunately, but I definitely corrected that right away. So this is Rock Bottom, the verse one anyway. No, the whole song is about me, well, at least for the first part, is about me at school, of course, with verse 1, sitting in a classroom feeling like crying because I wasn't educated on my heartbreaking, didn't have the will to live and I ain't even lying, panic rising fast, paralysed but I'm shaking. This is how it feels having anxiety. Only comfort was a DualShock and YT. DualShock is a PlayStation 4 controller, and a 3 and a 2 and a 1. Actually, no, I think the PS1 controller wasn't called a DualShock. And the PS5 one isn't going to be called a DualShock either, but anyway. And YT, YouTube, of course. Pretty much the only thing that kept me going at that point. I shudder to think what would have happened to me if not for that. Life as a snitch, feel like everybody know about my problems. Pretty much everybody knew what happened at the time as well, and they called me out on it as well, especially my uncle. Still haven't forgiven him for it. I'll explain that later on. But nobody cares, so I'm feeling rock bottom. And yeah, I was rock bottom. You know, in May 2018, I think it wasn't until November 2018 that I actually started to build up back up. You know, and the healing didn't fully happen until this year. You know, I think even now there's some, excuse the pun, some leftover residue of that heartbreak still in this life, but still in my life, but I'm mostly over it now, 99.9% over it. It's just here and there, you know, or something happens that reminds me of it, and I get kind of PTSD type shit, I don't know. But yeah, feeling hopeless, every text like a gunshot, reading through these messages, I'm so gone. Reading back through messages that, you know, was just before you fell out with a certain person, trying to find out and wondering what you did wrong. Was it something you said? Lunchtime, feeling just fine. Damn, I wish I was. Eating next to nothing in Geno's, gambling my weight like I'm in casinos. I really wasn't eating. I was starving myself back then. It was horrible. I need a new chapter. Need to get my emotions regathered. I feel disembodied. I feel so scattered. Why is life so hard to master? Why can't I just get a little faster before I end up being a cadaver? A cadaver is a dead body, as I explain in literally the next line. Every morning and every night, so lethargic, feeling like a zombie. My brain undead. Every time I'm on meds, wish I had a quid for every time I want it to be dead. Every time I'm on meds, I was on medication for my ADHD. I think I mentioned that in the title track. Yes, I do. So yeah, basically, that started my depression. It was absolutely horrible. Then on the beat switch, I start off right away about my uncle. Since my uncle hated I'm not the same. If he didn't care about me back then, why would other change and care about me now? My uncle said something completely out of line without knowing the context of it at all while I was in the shower, of all places. Just shouted into the bathroom something I really didn't need to hear at that point, and I haven't forgiven him for it since because it made me feel really, really shit. Like, if you want to know, if I felt rock bottom in a bloody classroom, I felt rock bottom in that fucking shower, and I will never, ever forget how I felt when he said that. Cry myself to sleep, and when I wake up, it's a bad habit because I'm crying again in the morning. Back then, in that month, I was crying a lot. A lot. And I actually haven't cried since then, which is, I don't really know what to think about it, but it is what it is.